Welcome to Ease on Bodies. So today's subject is biology, class 11th, and the topic for today is neural control and coordination, chapter 21. What do you understand by neural control and coordination? Neural control and coordination. The functions of the organ system in our body must be coordinated to maintain homeostasis. What do you mean by coordination? Coordination is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the function of one another. For example, when we do physical exercises, the energy demand is increased for maintaining an increased muscular activity. The supply of oxygen is also increased. The increased supply of oxygen necessitates an increase in the rate of respiration, heartbeat, and increased blood flow via blood vessels. When this physical exercise stopped, the activities of nerves, lungs, heart, and kidney gradually return to their normal conditions. Thus, the function of the muscles, lungs, heart, blood and vessels, kidney and other organs are coordinated while performing the physical exercises. In our body, the neural system and the endocrine system, both of them jointly coordinate and integrate all the activities of the organs so that they can function in a synchronized fashion. The neural system provides an organized network of point-to-point connections for a quick coordination. The endocrine system of our body, you know about the endocrine system. You must have read it about in endocrinology. The endocrine system provides chemical integration, through hormones. In this chapter, you will learn about the neural system of human, mechanism of neural coordination like transmission of nerve impulse conduction across a synapse, and the physiology of reflex action. So the first topic of this chapter is neural system. First of all, you should know what is neural system. The neural system of all animals is composed of highly specialized cells, and these cells are called as neurons, which actually detect, receive, and transmit different kinds of stimuli. The neural organization is very simple in lower invertebrates. For example, if we talk about the hydra, which is composed of a network of neurons. It has just a bunch of neurons, a network of neurons. The neural system is better organized, better than lower invertebrates in insects. Because these insects have a brain which is present along with a number of ganglia and neural tissues. And when we talk about the vertebrates have more developed neural system. So according to our syllabus, first of all we should learn about the human neural system. The human neural system is divided into two parts. First one is central neural system and the second one is peripheral neural system. The central neural system, the first one, includes the brain and the spinal cord, the major organs, and it is the site of information processing and control. The second part, the peripheral neural system, comprises of all the nerves of the body which is associated with the central nervous system, that is the brain and spinal cord. The nerve fibers of the peripheral nervous system are of two types, like afferent and efferent. The afferent fibers, the efferent fibers. The afferent fibers are the fibers which connect organs with the brain, and the efferent fibers are those fibers which connect brain with the organs. Which means, what it means, the efferent nerve fibers actually transmit impulses from tissues or organs to the central nervous system, and the efferent fibers transmits regulatory impulses from the central nervous system to the concerned peripheral tissues and organs. So you got about the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system. Now we are talking about the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is divided into two divisions, the somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. The somatic neural system relays impulses from central nervous system to skeletal muscles, while the autonomic neural system transmits impulses from the central nervous system to the involuntary organs and smooth muscles of the body. What are involuntary organs? Involuntary organs are basically the digestive system, the heart, the kidney, internal organs, The autonomic neural system is further classified into sympathetic neural system and parasympathetic neural system. So in our further lecture, we will discuss about sympathetic neural system and parasympathetic neural system and further more topics of the chapter.